All right. No beating around the bush. I'm hitting you with the cheese.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Here it is. If you had to have a 60-minute interview for a job, maybe the job of your dreams, would you rather fart very loudly or shit your pants quietly?
Okay, there's a lot to unpack here, despite how seemingly simple this one is. Because I think it's a more philosophical debate than you think, and I'll explain to you why.
Please.
That it's almost like an introvert versus extrovert situation, right? Because if you go for the fart, you're probably an introvert because you're like, fuck it, whatever, take a look at that, sniff that if you'd like, right? But if you go for the dump, you're the introvert because you're more uncomfortable and disgruntled and uneasy, but no one knows, and the pain is only internalized, and you just got kind of shit coming in and out of your butt crack. so for me, I'll probably go fart because at the end of the day, I don't want to feel that uncomfortable. And I should also give a shit less about somebody else, what they'd have to say. Like if they were like, what the hell was that? I'd be like, what do you think it was, pal?
I'll be honest. I think I would just take a logarithm in my pantaloons.
You just squish around there in that seat for 60 minutes just because you didn't want someone to hear the seam ripper just open up your jeans?
No, here's why.
Okay.
It's strategic. You're in a job interview. You might be crushing it. You're talking about your experience. You're talking about your life, right?
Yeah.
They're into it. They like it. They're like, this guy has management potential. I can see him leading a team. I love it. And then you just hit him with the fucking haymaker, you know what I mean? The Harlem Shaker, just whatever it is.
Yeah.
And they won't be able to comprehend what has just happened, right? They're like, this guy can't be serious. And so what happens is you're going to leave that room comfortable, maybe embarrassed, and maybe you bring it up. And, they're going to ask that guy, so how was he? They're like, fuck, man, he was awesome. Ticked all the boxes, this and that. But get this, the guy ripped it so hard during the interview and didn't say anything, right? We can't hire this guy. This guy is sick, right?
Well, sorry to interrupt, but like, would you hit him with the excuse me? Pardon me,
I probably...
Or would you just continue on and be like, yo, it was that guy over there? Like, are you playing it off, or are you going to say like, yo, it was me. I get it. It sucks. And no one wants to whiff that. But at the end of the day, the Super Bowl was last night. I had a bunch of chili, and this is what's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, the excuse is really easy. And I guess it's know your audience. Right? That's what you have to know. It's like, is this another guy who's maybe similar in age or, at the point of your life where you're just like, look, I farted. Let's just get it out there. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry.
And maybe depending on the job itself, it might lend itself to doing that. Like, let's say you were interviewing for a position on Jackass. They'd like the fart, but if you were going for a position as the DA of New York City, well, then maybe you go for the dump and then change your scungies when you get to the washroom.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, is because there's going to be a lot of chatter afterwards. This guy, farty pants over here, we can't give him the job. Meanwhile, if you take the dump, the person interviewing you, I think they won't believe it. They'll be like, did this guy just shit in his pants in my office during the interview? Well, no, there's no chance. No, there's no, it's in my head. Something smells, and you shake hands and you leave, and it's like a mystery. There's no mystery with the fart.
Oh, no, but I mean, but then you're worried about the sort of the residuals, right? So let's say you take a dump in your pants and no one notices, right? And depending on, what type of product it is, you might take off and then they say, okay, that guy was great and this, that, and the other. But then he takes a look at his couch cushions and he says, whoa, did this guy really go for it on my sofa, on my brand new sofa? Or is it like a thing where it's like,
well, it might stay in the pants.
Well, so that's a gamble. So that's another variable to being like, are you willing to leave product behind and then still finding out? Or you just look like an asshat for maybe about 17 minutes. And then they're just like, damn, that guy had some balls. I guarantee you, if you're going up against a guy in a job interview and they're like, that guy had, a 1500 SAT score. He's got a BA from McGill or this, that, and the other. And you know what? He's a bold character. He ripped a big old fart in my office as we were talking about synergy. And I think that I'm going to go for it because, it's at the end of the day, you want to make a splash, right? You want them to be like, holy shit, what separates you from the last candidate? So you take a seam ripper halfway through a 60-minute interview. Oh, they're not forgetting that.
Yeah, but imagine you got the job and then, years later they say, that was a tough interview. I shit my pants for this job. You want to talk about dedication and promotion. You know what I mean? I took one for the team. You know how uncomfortable for us? I had to take the subway home with shit in my pants going down my leg. Now, one thing I wanted to talk about, we didn't talk about smell because we said a loud fart. And so, you fart, you know what I mean? And it's awkward. Maybe there's a laugh and there's like shock and you're like, I did it. Sorry. What if there's a tremendous lingering smell for the entirety of the interview and the guy's like, I just can't do it anymore? See? Like that might be worse. I'm telling you, the fart, don't shy away from the dumping your pants.
Yeah, is that where you like pull out one of those little mini fans? And kind of point it away and hope that the air kind of shoots away from your general direction. And you say, woohoo! Yeah. I'm sorry, pal, but it is what it is, my man.
Or you blame the interviewer.
Yeah.
Like imagine after the interview.
Kevin!
How could you? Did you just fart? It stinks in here. Be like, no, I thought you farted.
I think it was my dog.
Yeah. It's actually my breath. I was worried about that. Yeah, this is a tough one, man. Like I bet you.
But to that point, I would take a loud, smelly fart over someone for shit for breath. If I do a job, if I was the employer and I was doing a job interview and they had bad breath, holy shit, they're not getting the job, guaranteed. If you've ever had a conversation,
yeah, I know,
with a person with like really bad breath. Sometimes you can get a guy who's a smoker. He might have a bit of lingering smoke or, the person just ate onions or garlic or something, whatever. I'm talking, there was this dude I knew that used to run a shop back in the day. And he had the gnarliest teeth and legit was using shit for toothpaste. And I couldn't even stand talking to this guy. I was like, I don't know what you got, halitosis so bad, and I can't get over it.
Bad breath is a problem, and I definitely get bad breath sometimes. It happens a lot when you're a talker, or if you talk, you're on a lot of calls. Like it just happens, your breath stinks. But there was this one time I was working with someone real close where they had to like sit at my desk, like we were working on a project together.
Yeah,
and I straight up said, "Hey man, did you fart?" And he legit like looked at me. He's just like, no, but I know what it is. And it was his breath. And he was talking about his breath and he left. And I guess he was on the search for gum, anything, you know what I mean? Because it was so foul and offensive how could you walk around the office thinking that, or having your coworkers thinking that you're walking around farting when the whole time you're breathing this shit fumes?
It's a mouth fart.
It's a fucking... Yeah.
But I think but that's almost even the...
Would you rather? Would you rather? Would you rather?